Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rebel Anime World, and today we're diving into the most controversial, mind-bending arc in Attack on Titan, the final season. Part 1, where everything you thought you knew gets flipped completely upside down. This changes everything. Let's go! What if I told you Eren becomes the villain? That you'll sympathize with the enemies? That the people you've hated for 3 seasons were right? Wait, don't click away yet, because I'm about to show you how Attack on Titan pulls off the greatest perspective shift in anime history. But first, real quick, this is the final season, part 1. If you haven't watched seasons 1 to 3, stop. I've got full breakdowns of everything linked below. Watch those first or literally nothing will make sense. You've been warned. Moving on. For 3 seasons, we followed Eren Yeager, a boy who watched Titans devour his mother, who vowed to kill every last monster, who fought for humanity's freedom. The final season, part 1, doesn't start with Eren. It starts with the enemy, and it forces you to see them as human. We spend the first 4 episodes following Reiner, the armored Titan, the man who murdered thousands, who destroyed Eren's home, who we've hated since season 2, and the series makes you feel sorry for him. This isn't just a plot twist, it's a complete reframing of the entire story. Attack on Titan asks, what if the monsters had reasons? What if your hero's actions looked like villainy from another angle? What if everyone thought they were the good guys? The final season. Part 1 shows us Marley, the nation that turned Eldians into Titans and sent them to Paradis Island. We see Eldian internment zones where people live as second-class citizens. We meet child soldiers trained to inherit Titans and fight for a country that despises them. We watch Reiner struggle with PTSD, guilt, and suicidal depression after what he did on Paradis. And then, when you're finally starting to empathize with these people, when you're questioning everything, Eren shows up, and he's not the hero anymore. Eren we meet in final season part 1 is unrecognizable. He's cold, calculating, ruthless. He infiltrates Marley, manipulates his friends, and commits an act of terrorism so devastating it makes you question if he's become the very monster he swore to destroy. This season doesn't just change the story, it changes the entire moral framework of the series. And by the end of these 16 episodes, you won't know who to root for anymore. That's the point. Ready to have your worldview shattered? Let's break it down. The New World. The final season opens 4 years after the ocean scene. But we don't see Paradis Island. We see Marley. Marley is at war with the Mideast Allied forces. We're thrown into a WWI-style trench warfare scenario with rifles, artillery, and armored trains. And we're following the Eldian warriors, the same people who attacked Paradis. The warriors, Reiner Braun, armored Titan, broken by guilt and PTSD. Zeke Yeager, Beast Titan, strategic mastermind with hidden agendas. Peakfinger, Cart Titan, intelligent, observant, loyal. Pogo Galliard, Jaw Titan, aggressive, resentful, insecure. And the warrior candidates, children training to inherit Titans. Gabi Brown, top candidate, passionate, brainwashed patriot. Falco Grice, kind-hearted, protective of Gabi. Colt Grice, Falco's older brother, next Beast Titan. Zofia, Udo, other candidates. These are child soldiers. Gabi is 12 years old, and she's been taught that proving her loyalty to Marley by killing other Eldians might earn her family better treatment in the internment zone. The series doesn't excuse what they do, but it makes you understand why they do it. Reiner's breakdown. The series dedicates substantial time to Reiner's mental state, and it's devastating. Reiner survived his mission to Paradis, but he's haunted by it. He watched his friends die. He murdered innocent people. He betrayed soldiers who trusted him. And for what? The mission failed. Eren has the founding Titan. Everything Reiner sacrificed and destroyed was for nothing. In a powerful scene, Reiner nearly confesses the truth to Falco. That the Paradis Island devils are just people. That he doesn't know if they're really enemies. That maybe Marley has been lying. He stops himself because admitting the truth means admitting his entire life has been based on propaganda, that he murdered thousands for nothing. We meet Reiner's mother, Karina, who's desperate for her son to be seen as a good Eldian. His cousin Gabi, who idolizes him. His friend Berthold's father, still waiting for a son who will never come home. These aren't monsters. They're desperate people trying to survive in a system designed to dehumanize them. Gabi represents what Reiner once was, a true believer who thinks proving loyalty to Marley will earn freedom. She volunteers for suicide missions, kills enemy soldiers, and genuinely believes Eldians on Paradis are devils who must be stopped. She's been brainwashed her entire life, and she has no idea. The Tybur Family. Marley's government introduces a new player, the Tybur Family, who possess the Warhammer Titan, one of the 9 Titans that has remained mysterious until now. Willy Tybur is the family head, a charismatic speaker preparing to address world leaders at a festival in Liberio, Marley's Eldian internment zone. He plans to reveal the truth about the conflict and unite the world against Paradis Island. A massive international event is planned. Ambassadors from nations across the world will attend. Willy will give a speech. The warriors will perform. It's supposed to be a celebration, a diplomatic victory. But Marley's military is nervous. Paradis Island has been silent for 4 years. They've had time to advance, to plan, to develop. What if they attack during the festival? Falco meets Mr. Kruger. While Reiner struggles and Gabi trains, young Falco befriends a wounded Eldian soldier, a man who says his name is Kruger, and asks Falco to mail letters for him. Falco, kind-hearted and trusting, agrees. We, the audience, know something Falco doesn't. Those letters are going to Paradis Island, to the scout regiment. Mr. Kruger is Eren Yeager. He's been in Marley for months, infiltrating, observing, planning, and he's been sending intelligence back to Paradis. This isn't the Eren we know. He's missing a leg. He has long hair and a beard. His eyes are cold and empty. 4 years ago, he stared across the ocean and asked if killing all their enemies would bring freedom. Now he's in Marley's capital, surrounded by enemies, preparing to answer that question. Willy Tybur's speech. The festival begins. World leaders gather. Willy Tybur takes the stage before an international audience, and he tells them a story. Willy reveals what Grisha's journals told us. King Fritz wasn't a hero who saved humanity. He was a coward who abandoned the war and imprisoned his people. But Willy adds something new. King Fritz's threat about the rumbling, awakening the Wall Titans to destroy the world, was always a lie. The first King's will prevents any royal-blooded founding Titan holder from using that power. Marley knows this. The world needs to know this. But someone on Paradis has the founding Titan who isn't bound by royal blood. Eren Yeager can potentially activate the rumbling. He's the true threat. Willy declares that Paradis Island must be destroyed before Eren can act. He's asking the world to join Marley in a military alliance to eliminate everyone on Paradis. During the speech, Reiner is pulled away by Falco, who says someone wants to meet him in the basement. Reiner goes and finds Eren waiting. This scene is perfect. Reiner and Eren, enemies who were once friends, meet again for the first time in 4 years. Reiner is terrified. He knows Eren could kill him instantly. He apologizes, breaks down, begs for understanding. Eren tells him, "I'm the same as you. I think we were both born this way." It's not forgiveness. It's acknowledgement that they're both trapped in a cycle neither of them started. Then Eren reveals why he's here. "I came to do the same thing you did. I'm here to destroy everything." The attack. Above them, Willy finishes his speech, declaring war on Paradis Island. The audience applauds, and Eren transforms. The attack Titan bursts from the building, killing Willy Tybur instantly. Eren goes on a rampage through the internment zone, targeting the world's military leadership gathered at the festival. It's not a battle. It's a massacre. An act of terrorism. Civilians, Eldian civilians, or the oppressed people Eren theoretically came to save, are crushed in the collateral damage. Children die, innocents die, and Eren doesn't stop. Then it gets worse. The scout regiment appears, attacking from airships with new equipment and thunder spears. Mikasa, Armin, John, Connie, Sasha, everyone we've loved since Season 1, are here committing what looks like a war crime. Willy's sister possesses the Warhammer Titan. She transforms, creating weapons from hardened Titan material, and battles Eren. The Warhammer is powerful, versatile, and nearly defeats Eren. But the Scout Regiment provides support, and Eren adapts his tactics. He defeats her brutally, preparing to eat her and steal the Warhammer Titan's power. Levi appears, threatening Zeke. He's here for one purpose: kill the Beast Titan and avenge the Scout Regiment soldiers who died in Shiganshina. Zeke barely escapes, saved by Piek and Porco. Marley's military tries to fight back, but they're outmatched. The Scout Regiment has 4 years of technological advancement. They've developed anti-Titan weapons, new strategies, and they're fighting with the desperation of people who know this is their only chance. Sasha's death. And then comes the moment that broke the fandom. Gabi, watching her friends die, her city burn, her people slaughtered, grabs a rifle. She's been taught her entire life that Paradis Island Eldians are devils. Now she has proof. She shoots at the escaping airship, making an impossible shot through a narrow gap. The bullet hits someone. Sasha Blouse, the potato girl, the comic relief, the soldier who survived 3 seasons of hell, is shot through the chest. She dies minutes later, with Connie and Jen beside her, her final word being meat, in a moment of tragic comedy. Sasha's death hits differently because she's not a major protagonist. She's the person who represents normalcy, humor, humanity. Her death signals that no one is safe, that this war will consume everyone. When told about Sasha's death, Eren laughs, not from joy, from complete psychological breakdown. He's dissociating, unable to process the horror of what he's done and what it's cost. In the chaos, Gabi and Falco sneak onto the airship, seeking revenge. They're captured, but not before Gabi screams that they're all devils who deserve to die. The Scout Regiment stares at this 12-year-old girl who sounds exactly like they did years ago, talking about the enemy the same way. The cycle continues. Return to Paradis. The Scout Regiment returns to Paradis Island as war heroes. They've struck a devastating blow against Marley, proving that Paradis can fight back. But the victory feels hollow. The military leadership is furious. Eren acted without authorization, forced the Scout Regiment to support him, and started a war that Paradis wasn't ready for. Commander Hang confronts Eren. Do you have any idea what you've done? You've made enemies of the entire world. Eren argues that he forced their hand deliberately. If he hadn't attacked, Willy Tybur would have united the world against Paradis anyway. The war was coming regardless. At least this way, they struck first and eliminated key military targets. He's not wrong, but his methods are terrifying. Some soldiers support Eren completely. They call themselves Jaegerists and believe Eren is Paradis' only hope for survival. Others are horrified by what he's become. The Scout Regiment, the group that's fought together since Season 1, is fracturing along ideological lines. Gabi and Falco on Paradis. Meanwhile, Gabi and Falco are imprisoned on Paradis Island. Gabi is convinced everyone here is evil and deserves death. Falco is questioning everything he's been taught. In a brilliant narrative choice, Gabi and Falco escape and are found by Sasha's family, the Blouse family, who run a horse ranch. Sasha's father knows these are Marleyan children. He could turn them in or exact revenge. Instead, he shows them kindness. Gabi is confused. These people should be devils, but they're just people. Farmers. A family grieving their daughter. It's the first crack in her worldview. Sasha's younger adopted sister Kaya befriends Gabi. She tells Gabi about how her mother was killed by a Titan years ago. She asks Gabi, "Why did my mother have to die? What did she do wrong?" Gabi has no answer. She's been taught Paradis Eldians are evil, but she can't explain why a random farmer woman deserved to be turned into a Titan and killed. The propaganda is falling apart, but Gabi isn't ready to abandon it yet. Eren's faction. Eren is imprisoned for acting without orders, but his supporters, the Jaegerists, grow more numerous and vocal. We meet Yelena and Onyankopon, part of an anti-Marley volunteer group that's been secretly helping Paradis develop technology and military capability. Yelena reveals she's been working with Zeke Yeager, who has a secret plan to save Eldia. Zeke proposes using the founding Titan's power in combination with his royal blood. He's Eren's half-brother through Grisha's first marriage, to activate a modified rumbling, not to destroy the world, but as a deterrent. But there's a condition. Zeke also wants to use the founding Titan to sterilize all Eldians genetically, ensuring they can't have children. Within a century, Eldians would die out peacefully, and the Titan threat would end forever. It's genocide through sterilization. Peaceful extinction. Zeke sees it as mercy, ending the cycle of hatred by ensuring Eldians have no future generations to suffer. This plan is supported by some. It would end the Titan curse. It would prevent future suffering. No more Eldian children would be born into oppression. But it's also eliminating an entire people, robbing them of their future, and deciding for millions that they don't deserve to exist. Eren appears to agree with Zeke's plan, but we, the audience, don't know if he's lying, if he's been manipulated, or if he's genuinely willing to sterilize his own people for peace. The ambiguity is intentional and disturbing. Eren meets with his childhood friends, Mikasa and Armin. What should be a reunion becomes one of the series' most painful scenes. Eren verbally destroys both of them. He tells Mikasa she's a slave to her Ackerman bloodline, that her devotion to him isn't real love but genetic programming, that he's always hated her. He tells Armin he's useless, that he's controlled by Bertolt's memories from inheriting the colossal Titan, that he's not the friend Eren once knew. Eren claims he's pushing them away to protect them. If they're not associated with him, they won't be dragged into what he's planning. But it's also cruel and unnecessary. He's destroying the relationships that defined him for 3 seasons. Is Eren truly gone? Has he become so consumed by the mission that he's willing to sacrifice his humanity? Or is this manipulation, pushing away the people he loves so they won't try to stop him? We don't know yet, and that uncertainty is agonizing. Marley's response. Marley recovers from the Liberio attack and plans their response. A full-scale invasion of Paradis Island. Willy Tybur's plan worked. Nations across the world join Marley in declaring war on Paradis. They're assembling the largest military force in history to eliminate the island once and for all. Paradis has months at best before the invasion arrives. Eren escapes prison with help from the Jaegerists. He's no longer acting as a soldier following orders. He's leading a faction within Paradis that believes in his vision of freedom through strength. The military can't control him. His friends can't reach him. And he has a plan. Gabi's worldview continues crumbling when she witnesses the truth about Paradis Eldians. They're not devils. They're people. When she sees how Eren's actions traumatized Paradis civilians, how the Blouse family grieves Sasha, how everyone here has suffered just like Marley's Eldians, she begins understanding that both sides are victims, but she's not ready to forgive. She's lost friends too. Her rage is justified, even as her beliefs are wrong. Falco, meanwhile, is in love with Gabi and desperate to protect her. He's questioning everything faster, willing to abandon Marley's propaganda because he sees the person behind it. Their parallel journeys, Gabi slowly accepting truth, Falco already embracing it, mirror the series' larger themes. Zeke Yeager secretly arrives on Paradis Island, smuggled in by Yelena and the volunteers. His plan requires him to make contact with Eren and activate the founding Titan's power. But Levi is assigned to guard him. Levi, who's waiting for any excuse to kill Zeke for massacring the scout regiment. The tension is unbearable. Everything is converging. Marley's invasion fleet is approaching. Eren has escaped and is operating independently. The military is divided between supporting and stopping Eren. Zeke is on the island, guarded by someone who wants him dead. Gabi and Falco are caught between worlds. The scout regiment is fractured. What is Eren's real plan? Will he follow Zeke's euthanasia plan? Or does he have something else in mind? Part 1 ends without answers, leaving us in agonizing suspense. The final season, Part 1, doesn't give you heroes and villains. It gives you people trapped in systems they didn't create, fighting for survival in ways that hurt innocence. By starting with Marley's perspective, the series forces you to empathize with your enemies. Then it shows you that your heroes are willing to commit the same atrocities they once condemned. There are no good guys. Just people making impossible choices with incomplete information, all believing they're doing what's necessary. Eren transforms from a passionate hero into someone unrecognizable, cold, manipulative, willing to sacrifice anything for a goal we don't fully understand. Reiner goes from villain to one of the most sympathetic characters in the series. Gabi represents what Eren once was, a victim of propaganda who doesn't know any better. Part 1 explores cycle of hatred, inherited guilt, the cost of freedom, and whether violence can ever truly be justified. It asks, if your people face genocide, is any action justified to prevent it? If you were born on the other side, would you be the enemy? Can you break cycles of violence, or can you only perpetuate them? These aren't rhetorical questions. The series demands you answer them. Part 1 ends with war imminent, Eren's true plan unknown, and the scout regiment fractured. Part 2 will deliver the answers and force you to confront what you're willing to accept in the name of survival. Thanks for watching this breakdown on Rebel Anime World. If you made it this far, you understand why the final season is so controversial, so brilliant, and so devastating. Smash that like button, subscribe for Part 2 and 3 breakdowns, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Eren right to attack Liberio? Is there any way to break the cycle? The rumbling is coming, and nothing will prepare you for what Eren chooses to do. See you next time. Still watching? Then you're ready for the truth. Part 2 doesn't just answer what Eren's planning. It shows you the price of that plan. And it's not something you can unsee. The rumbling begins. Millions die. And Eren, he becomes the greatest monster in human history. Your heroes will fight him. Your enemies will join them. And you'll question everything you believe about right and wrong. Part 2. Breakdown dropping soon on Rebel Anime World. Subscribe now, because when the world ends, you're going to need someone to help you process what you just witnessed. Freedom has a price, and Eren is willing to pay it.